the honor and pleasure of introducing Autumn Calabrese today on the National Wake Up Call. She is a Beachbody super trainer, and she has created game-changing programs for us in the last few years. 21-Day Fix, 21-Day Fix Extreme, Country Heat, the Master's Hammer and Chisel, 80-Day Obsession, a little more obsessed, some pregnancy programs, and all that in the last few years. And she managed to do a little cookbook too called Fixate. We're pretty happy to have her on the day of Monday, March 4th, Ultimate Portion Fix Coach launch. So please welcome Autumn Calabrese. Hey, Autumn.
Hello.
I'm so happy that you could do this interview today, because I know Monday is going to be a very busy day. So we decided to record this a couple days before.
Yeah.
So I'm going to first announce to everybody that you have done a thorough training on the Beachbody Champions page that I took a look at, and it goes through the program, the components, everything that you get. So what this interview is a little bit more higher level about Ultimate Portion Fix, but I still created some questions for Autumn. And let's start off with the very first one, and that was 5 years ago. There were the game-changing programs, 21-Day Fix, 21-Day Fix Extreme. They did something no other program has ever done before. I call it the perfect storm. It was the trifecta of a 21-day program, a portion control, meal plan, and of course, the fitness side of it. But explain what your intention was in the beginning in creating a 21-day program, and what expectations have been surpassed with this program over the years. And I'll get out of your way.
Yeah. The biggest intention when we were creating 21-Day Fix was to create a program that was for everybody and anybody. That was one of the main criteria, was that whether you had worked out, every day for the last 10 years, or you had never worked out before, you could use the program and have success with the program. So that was one intention, and that was the exercise component of it, which is why it was 30-minute workouts. There was a modifier in there to follow. But then we also had the nutrition component, which was, look, nutrition is really important to the success of overall health, weight loss, weight maintenance, all of these things. And we have to know and understand how to eat right, and not diet, but just eat to fuel our bodies for a healthy lifestyle. We were taking the components of something I had already launched, which was portion control, combining it with all the training I had just done as a fitness competitor with balanced macronutrients, putting that all together and saying, great, look, here, it takes 21 days to break a bad habit. It takes 21 days to form a new habit. So it was never thought that 21 days would be the end-all be-all, that 21 days would get you to your goal. 21 days is what it was going to take to implement this new lifestyle, to start to form that habit. It's one of the reasons there's workouts every single day of the week, because while you're trying to set this new habit into motion, I didn't want people to get a complete day off, something where they could fall out of the rhythm of what they were doing. So that's why we have yoga and Pilates built into the program, because those are active recovery, active rest days. So that was really the intention, was just to create this program that would start to form new habits and break bad habits that anybody could do. And I don't think any of us could have known or predicted how popular, how game-changing the program would be as a whole, but especially the container system. That's the beauty going into it, is you're just working to create something that you feel is the best version of what you could put out. Obviously, launch day far surpassed everything we ever could have imagined. We weren't even totally prepared for it. We sold in 8 hours what we had planned to sell in the first month, and in the first week, we sold what we had planned to sell in the first 3 months, and we were back ordered for almost 2 months. So I don't think any of us could have predicted that, but also I don't think we could have predicted the sustainability of the program, the fact that people have continued to use it, they still turn to it. I have people every year come up to me and tell me they've done 20 rounds of 21-Day Fix, which is just amazing that it has been that impactful for us and to so many people.
Okay, so you're kind of going into my next question, which is 5 years later, how did the program stand the test of time? With so many changes that have happened in the fitness world and health world, with so many things happening, the containers, take a deeper dive, or why are you taking a deeper dive with the containers?
Well, first of all, it stands the test of time for one very important reason. While we all like to complicate things a lot when it comes to fitness and nutrition and assume that it has to be this next crazy thing or that next crazy thing, it doesn't. I mean, the crazy things are great. They're fun. They're new challenges. But with 21 Day Fix and the workouts, right? Like basic movement patterns, training your body in a proper way, pushing yourself to your limit, that works. And that's always going to work, which is one of the reasons it stood the test of time. And same thing with the container system. There's always all these new diets, new fad diets that come out every single year. Here's how to lose weight now. Here's how to lose weight now. And while a fad diet can work short term, it probably doesn't work long term. The container system isn't a fad diet. It's a way of life. There is no deprivation. You can still have your alcohol. You can still have your desserts. You can still have pizza and burgers and fries and all of the things, right? You learn how to do it in the proper portion size. You learn how to do it in moderation. You learn how to do it in healthy ways. We now have 2 cookbooks plus a cooking show, well over 300 recipes. So it stands the test of time because it's a lifestyle and it's not a diet. The reason we're going into Ultimate Portion Fix, we are going deeper into understanding the how and the why of the container system, how it works and why it works. Because for a lot of people, they need that deeper reason. They need that deeper understanding to be able to stick with it on a hard day or to just make better choices as they go through the program. If all of a sudden you understand emotional eating, why you do it, how you do it, and how to break that habit, you are now in more control. If you understand food addiction and sugar addiction, what it is, why you're being sort of fooled by it, and how to break it, then you are more in control. So it's no longer just fill your containers and you'll have success, because for a lot of people that works. But if you have a sugar addiction, those cravings are still going to come up whether you've filled the containers and eaten them and only them or not. If you're an emotional eater, you're going to have success with the containers right up until something happens in life that causes a strong emotion, and then you're going to turn to the food. So we have to learn about all of that, and that's just a small component of what we take on in Ultimate Portion Fix. But
okay, you're doing really well going right into my next question, which is, okay, some people like being told what to eat, how to do a workout, and some people just want the freedom of choice. How does Ultimate Portion Fix work in both cases, for people who want that structure and for people who want a little bit more loosey-goosey?
Well, actually, the program is exactly that. It's structure with freedom. And structure gives you freedom. So knowing the formula to use based on your activity level, knowing how many containers a day you get to eat, knowing that your macros are balanced already for you, that you're eating in the right portion sizes, it gives you the freedom of going, okay, I want this in my red container, right? I want chicken, or I want fish, or I want a burger, or I want a steak. Or it gives you the option to say, I want a salad, or I want Brussels sprouts, or I want asparagus, or to pick, do I want brown rice or do I want sweet potato fries? So you have the structure component of this is how many containers a day you get to eat. This is how you fill them, and you're going to balance out your macros and have portion control. But you get the freedom to pick what goes in those containers, so that it's not somebody saying, hey, for breakfast, you have to have 2 eggs. For lunch, you have to have a salad. You get all that freedom with it. And I also think that that's a big reason why people stick with the program, because they are in control. I know for me personally, if somebody told me what I had to eat every single day at a specific, that's a surefire way to get me not to do it. I want the freedom. I want to choose what I'm in the mood for. So that is the beauty of Ultimate Portion Fix, that it gives you freedom within structure.
Okay, if you're just joining us, we have Autumn Calabrese, and this is Ultimate Portion Fix. So with control also comes addictions. And in this program, you tackled some addictions to sugar and to just food addictions. And why was it so important for you to help people recognize this dependency, but also the false truths with packaging?
You know, this is a really big one for me, and it's such a big topic in general about our food and how our food is made, and I won't even go into sort of the politics behind it, but it's very disheartening that somebody is trying so hard to eat healthy, to make the right choices so that their body can be its healthiest version. And they're being tricked, they're being fooled by labels on packaging. Like, that to me just is so unfair. So taking on sugar addiction and showing people, hey, this is part of the reason why you might not be having as much success as you would like to be having. Here's why you go through the whole day doing awesome, and then at 9 o'clock at night end up in the pantry binging on cookies. Like, let's talk about what that sugar addiction is. Let's look at a food package, and while it has a bunch of health claims all over the front, let's turn over the side panel and see how much sugar is in there to make it taste good. And that's really important, because while you might be thinking you're making these healthy choices, if you're eating food that's loaded with sugar and you're not aware of it, you're really like a hamster on a wheel. You're never going to get anywhere. So looking at that, recognizing it, knowing how to move away from those foods into better versions without losing taste, that's really important to me, to step into that leadership role that I'm blessed to have, and to say, like, hey, if I have the voice, then I need to use it to educate.
So you mentioned also that people need a deeper reason why they want to lose the weight, that there's a lot of, lose the weight for a wedding and then you gain it back right after the wedding. So give some examples of what are some deeper reasons that keep people in the, in the program and staying with the program.
So finding your deeper reason why, right? There's a goal and there's a why. So a goal is, I want to lose 15 pounds for my wedding. I want to lose 20 pounds by summer to feel good in my bathing suit. Great, that's your goal. But that's not your reason why you really want to lose that weight. And a lot of times we'll get stuck in this very shallow mentality of it. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean it's surface level. We don't look deeper inside. And we need to look deeper inside. Like, were you the person that's been picked on your whole life about your weight and there's deep emotional trauma from that? Are you the person that lost a family member to a lifestyle disease, maybe a parent or a sibling to a lifestyle disease, and that scares the crap out of you, that you don't want that to happen to you as well? Are you the parent that sits on the couch and watches your kids play because you can't ride a bike or run around with them because your weight is holding you back and your health is holding you back? That's your deeper reason why. I want to lose weight so I have the energy to keep up with my kids, live a longer life, to be there for my kids and watch them grow up, okay? That's your deep reason why. You might want to lose 20 pounds so you look good in that bathing suit also, but on a hard day, when maybe you had a bad day at work, or you get in a fight with your spouse or a friend or something, and your instinct is to turn to emotional eating, wanting to lose 20 pounds to look good in a bathing suit isn't probably going to be a strong enough reason to stop you from the emotional eating. But if you can pause in that moment and say, yes, I'm emotional right now, but this isn't going to get me to that deep reason why, to that bigger goal. Like, I got to remember why I'm doing this. I'm doing this so I can be healthy to play with my kids. That's going to be powerful enough to stop you in your tracks from going to the drive-thru, grabbing the bottle of wine and having a few too many glasses, pulling out the bag of cookies and eating the whole bag instead of eating one or two. So it's really important to take an inward look. Ultimate Portion Fix does a lot of that. Before it was like, here's these containers, fill them up this many times, you'll lose weight. Now we're really looking at self. We're really going deeper in and saying, what do I need to observe about me to have more success long-term as a lifestyle? That's how we really get off the yo-yo and the roller coaster ride of dieting. There we go.
It sounds like it's the psychology of food, which is something you dive into. There's a video on this. So talk about how coaches or how customers will use that information.
Yeah. So So in module 5, and module 5 is actually the module all about families. There's a video called Food for Thought, the Psychology of Food. And it doesn't matter if you have kids, don't have kids. This video is for everybody. It's one of the most important videos of the program. We're taking a look at what your relationship is with food and with yourself and your body. So a lot of our behaviors are learned, and we don't even recognize that they're learned from maybe what our parents' relationship was with food. Did you have a mom or dad who was always on a diet? Or a mom or dad who didn't like to cook, so they always went through the drive-thru, so you really never learned to cook, or the importance of cooking, or what to look for when you went to the grocery store. Did they eat on the go, or did they never eat all day and only ate one meal at night? We learn a lot of our behaviors with food. Was your family the one that always rewarded you with food when you did a good job, or comforted you with food when the day was hard? Those are things that over time they carry along with us into adulthood, and then we're trying to undo that. But if we don't recognize that it's even there, that subconsciously it's in there, you can't break that habit. So we're looking at that, but then we're also looking at how we talk to ourselves internally, or how we talk about ourselves externally, right? Do you have the inner dialogue of, I hate my body, if I'll be happy when I lose weight, I wish I didn't have this cellulite? Do you stand in the mirror and analyze it all day long? Are you the one that's constantly complaining to a friend, oh my God, I hate the way I look, I went shopping and nothing fit, and da, da, da. So first of all, that dialogue, be it internal or external, is very abusive to yourself. If you had a friend that came up to you and said, you're fat, you'll be happy when you lose 20 pounds, you would look at that person like, oh my gosh, you're the meanest person in the world. Why would you say that to me? And you probably wouldn't be friends with them anymore. But we have no problem saying it to ourselves. So we need to stop that. We need to change that and flip that script around. And then if you have kids, whether you're saying it out loud or not, they're watching. They're always watching, and they're learning. And so if they're watching you analyze your body in the mirror and not like it and be uncomfortable, if they're watching you jump from one diet to the next, if you're the one that's always going through the drive-thru instead of taking the time to cook, that's what we're teaching them. If we want to end the trend of obesity, we have to start with us, but also acknowledge that we're teaching our kids, and that really it's going to end with them. So we have to prepare for that.
Thank you. Awesome. Okay, let's get into the certification program and master series, which will be a game changer for our coaches listening in. So take it away.
Oh my gosh, do you have anything more specific question? That's a very broad topic. I'll talk for 45 minutes on that.
Okay, how about this? For the last 5 years, our coaches have been promoting 21-Day Fix to their challengers. So now how can the Ultimate Portion Fix certification program benefit our coaches? Our coaches. Okay.
Yeah. Well, so I think when it comes to our coaches, it's very easy for a coach, not very easy, it's often easier for a coach to coach somebody through the fitness side of something, right? Because you have the trainer to rely on. So if you have somebody doing 21-Day Fix and they're in your challenge group, it's very easy to coach them through the fitness side of it and be like, did you push play today? Did you push harder in your workout? Are you following the modifier? Are you stepping it up? And you can rely heavily on me, the trainer, in the video, coaching them through that exercise, cueing them for proper form, motivating them, talking about the importance of it, okay? So that aspect is really easy for the coach to coach through. But then you have the nutrition side of it, and there's never been videos on the nutrition side of it. So if a challenger comes to you and they're stuck with the nutrition, a coach is only going to be able to guide as much as they have knowledge on. So if they're not somebody who's learned that much about nutrition, right? If you don't geek out on nutrition like I do, the best you're going to be able to do is say to them what you've read in the program materials. And that might not be enough. So going through the certification is now giving coaches that much more knowledge. Knowledge is power. Hopefully giving them that much more confidence to work with their challengers to help coach them through our fitness and nutrition programs so that when they get stuck, they're like, hey, I've got more answers. They're being given more tools, not just through the videos, but through downloadable PDFs, so other worksheets that they can use with their challengers if their challengers get stuck. They're being given the social media guide that teaches them how to take what they're learning in the home program and the CERT and turn it into a social media invite so they can invite into the challenge groups. They're being given a challenge group guide that teaches them exactly how to set up, invite to, and run an Ultimate Portion Fix challenge group. That's really important. Again, coaches, all through the years, I've said this a bunch of times, nobody has an issue running a 21-day fix challenge group, but I have never seen somebody run a fixate group, right? We've got a cookbook and a cooking show. I've never seen, I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but I've never seen a coach go out there and say, hey, for 30 days, let's focus on using our containers. Let's focus on making different fixate recipes. Let's see what that does for us. And I think the reason they haven't done that is because there's a little bit of a fear of like, well, what do I do once I introduce that type of challenge group? What do I do in there? Now they're going to learn that. So I just think the certification is giving them knowledge. And like I said, knowledge is power. It gives them that much more power to go out there and help more people and feel confident in doing it.
Well, I think that you should do like a live reshoot of the Fixate cookbook so that people can do that with you, which leads me into my last question. So you're going to be doing a live reshoot of 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme. I asked you earlier, why do it that way? You know, why the sequel? The original was great. So why don't you take us through how it's going to go? What are the expectations for coaches?
Yeah. So I don't look at the 21 Day Fix and Fix Extreme live and in real time filming as a sequel. It is a reshoot. And there was a couple of reasons for this. So after 80 Day Obsession, after filming live and in real time for 80 days, where we could change it up week by week, where you could meet the cast and get to know the cast and fall in love with the cast and follow along and see our struggles and see their struggles and feel like you were part of it. There was so much positive feedback about that style of filming and people saying, oh my gosh, we can never go back to the old way again. That I thought, well, why wouldn't we take one of the most popular programs with Beachbody ever, people's favorite program or one of their favorite programs, and refilm it in that same format, right? Again, we've had people do 20 plus rounds of it. And if you've done 20 plus rounds of the exact same workout every single day, you are not going to get as much of a response from your body out of it as you do day one. So by filming it in the real-time format, which is different workout every single day for 21 days, it helps to speed up the results, to keep you off that fitness plateau, to make it more fun, make it more engaging. So what we're doing is the workouts are still 30 minutes. There's still a modifier. It's based off of the exact same moves from the original program. A few of the moves have changed a little bit. You learn a lot over 5 years, so you can improve, so we do. But basically each week I'm just tweaking it a little bit. So week 1 will be pretty much the exact same as the original 21 Day Fix program. In week 2, I'm changing the moves slightly, not a lot, just enough to push you back out of that comfort zone and to challenge you. And then the same thing with week 3. I'm pushing you a little bit harder outside of that comfort zone. So they're minor tweaks to the actual move that will keep you off of that fitness plateau. And doing the same thing with 21 Day Fix Extreme. And also the beauty of it is it allows me to bridge the gap between the two programs a little bit. I really think that Fix Extreme is the hardest program I've ever put out because there is like literally no rest time in that program. And so even if somebody's done 5 or 6 or 7 rounds of 21 Day Fix, when they jump to Fix Extreme, it's a significant difference in terms of intensity. So now by just bridging Fix up a little bit, and then in week 1 of Fix Extreme, I'm just dialing it back just a hair, and then it'll climb back up. Like I said, it just allows me to bridge that gap. You'll get to meet the cast. The cast will be the same all the way through the 2 programs, so you'll really get to see their progress from 21 Day Fix and 3 weeks of that through Fix Extreme and how they handle all of that. So it gives you a chance to just bond with that cast that much more. But yeah, that was the point behind it. It was like, why not take one of the most popular programs we've ever put out and put it in real time so that people got a fresh version of the program that they love.
All right. Well, that is it for my interview questions. Congratulations on Ultimate Portion Fix, and it will be an exciting day, March 4th.
Yes.
And good luck to you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, I am back. It's so weird to throw to myself and to see myself. But anyway, there was a lot of information there. If you want more information, that is FAQ 3564. You know, today is a celebration. So I'm just going to use my, what? This is dressing. What are you talking about? This is dressing. Okay, one more thing before we end, because that was a lot of information, but I have an affirmation. There are no ordinary days. Make today and this week extraordinary. All right, everybody? So with that, I'll just say have a fantastic day. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.